Sad. Please, let's move on quickly. Teaching is one of the noble professions, hence the need to celebrate teachers. So it was as the world marked the 2024 World Teachers' Day on the 5th of October with the theme Valuing Teacher Voices towards a new social contract for education. The Nigerian Union of Teachers, NUT, and the All Nigeria Conference of Principals of Public Schools have called on the government to provide infrastructure, learning materials for basic and secondary schools across the country. The national president of NUT, Mike Ikene, stressed that teachers deserve to be celebrated for their dedication. This year's celebration emphasized the pivotal role that teachers played in shaping the future of education. Dr. Let me start with you. All right. So every year you hear federal government committing to the welfare of teachers for promises that are not being kept.
We won't say all promises are not kept. This year we've seen some states that actually did well in terms of recognizing teachers. We've seen a few of them. So we can't say teachers are not being valued in totality. We've also seen students who have risen to support their teachers. We have alma maters that are doing well in terms of recognizing their teachers. So it is just for us to be able to now situate it properly and lay the blames, or let those who are not doing enough know that they need to do more. A lot of people are indeed abandoning teaching. We've read of recent what the academic staff union of universities said about people dumping the gown and moving out of the country, or even going into other sectors. So we need to learn the lessons from this. What do we do to ensure that we're able to retain the best hands in teaching?
Are you sure we don't know what to do?
We do. But what are we now going to do right now? Because we've always been talking about it. What do we do in terms of implementation? How do we let it become a standard practice? Not something that we do now. How do we institutionalize it?
They must protest before we do it.
How do we institutionalize it so that even the protest, we don't need it? For instance, the teachers in the Federal Capital Territory, they are on strike now. Why are they on strike? Because they've not been paid. And there is a system that says, see, payment of the salaries of teachers belongs to the local government. That is why you see some governors, despite breaking the law, they are still proud of it and saying, see, if we don't take this money from the local governments, they won't be able to do this, and this. So we need to now institutionalize a system that ensures that this money is paid. The welfare of these teachers are taken care of. That's why in some states this year, for instance, Ekiti, you had competition for teachers. And they had rewards, monetary, gift items. Some states did vehicles, cars. But like I've always advocated, we don't even need to wait until when we celebrate Teachers' Day to appreciate these people. We don't need it. The kind of commitment I have to the schools through which my children passed can't be quantified. Because if they were not there to build them, I won't be proud of them today. You know, their primary school, their secondary school, all of them are in their higher institution now. If we all pay attention in our own small way, we won't all be waiting for government. Because we need to take a lot of weight off these schools. People keep talking about the kind of money some private schools are collecting. You now need to
pay
know.
their teachers well.
Some don't even pay well. So even the schools themselves are guilty. And then, like government is trying to do for universities and the rest, they should also be looking at these schools. Take them off band A. Let them spend less on diesel so that they can then also focus adequately on these teachers. Because whether school is in session or not, at the primary and secondary school level, you pay tuition 3 times in a year. But teachers are there in the schools 12 months every year, while students spend only 9 months. So it's important that every aspect must be taken care of. We don't need to wait only on the government. Individuals can come together. Not bribe now, because some bribe teachers to score their students, to score their awards high. Don't bribe. Do what you can for the school. For instance, where my children's school, there is a policy. If you have 2 children, you get so cut off. If you have 3, you get to. I didn't take throughout their primary and secondary. I didn't take those cuts. Not because I'm super rich, but because I believe it's my small contribution to that system.
Fantastic. Bikio, I'm wondering who came up with a teacher's reward is in heaven. And I think that's why Nigerian teachers would always ask for the basic.
I think what that means is not, that's not saying that they don't deserve to be rewarded there or they won't get reward. It's like saying that you cannot quantify the contribution of teachers. So only God can adequately reward a teacher. That's what they meant by that. Both of my parents were teachers, and I can say I've benefited tremendously from having my parents as teachers. The proper upbringing that you need, teachers will give you. We, the parents, we don't spend as much hours with our children as those teachers. Most of the time we come back home late. You've taken your child to school at 7:30. You are still working. 10 p.m. you are not even back at home. Those teachers will teach and then do extra lessons. Your ward is even getting home around 6. So you find that they spend more hours with our children, So, and they deserve to be rewarded. What we are facing in Nigeria at this time are all kinds of problems. Inadequate funding, poor teacher quality. The quality of training for teachers has gone down. Then there is also inadequate teachers as a result of brain drain. If you go to some semi-urban and rural areas, you find that if not for the NYC, most schools won't be able to operate. The bulk of the teachers they have are youth corps members, because people would rather embrace other professions than embrace teaching, whereas it was not like that before. In this same country, bankers were not regarded as teachers in the 70s and even 80s. People didn't really give a toss about teachers, about bankers. But today, nobody wants to be a teacher. The pay is very poor, and sometimes it's even delayed. Don't get their salaries on time. So I just hope that we can come up with policies targeting the proper growth of education. We need to fund education better. When we fund education better, we'll be able to take care of the welfare of workers.
Do we really lack good policies or implementation of these policies?
What I'm talking about is anchored on funding. Okay. We are even unable to meet the UNESCO threshold in terms of the percentage of your national budget devoted to education. We don't value education at all. We don't value education, we don't value health. That has to change. That has to change. We must fund education properly, because if we have quality teachers, they will bring up quality children. And those children will be the inventors of tomorrow. That's why in some countries of the world, their greatest assets are their schools. Those schools are research centers from where the people that are making waves in Silicon Valley, for example, in the US, they come from the schools. They come from the schools because the schools are proper centers of excellence where quality people are produced. And those quality people go into the services sector to work maybe at Apple and other places where they are constantly coming up with fresh innovations and all that. So we need to do something about that. More and more people are quitting the teaching profession. More and more people. And it's not good at all. It's not good at all. These teachers, they are our heroes, but we do not treat them properly. That needs to change. We need to show to the world that we take education seriously in our country, and that will begin with proper funding. That will begin with policies that will cater to the welfare of the teachers. Let people be excited to join the teaching profession rather than quitting the teaching profession. That's what. Remember the examination that was conducted for medical professionals, by a foreign body the other day. Some of the medical students saw their professors, those who taught them back in the university, they too are trying to jackpot. So nobody wants to stay in this environment because you don't get the reward for your hard work.
Yeah.
You don't get it at all. Teachers have been relegated to the background, and that is wrong.
And most of them are very passionate about this profession.
Poorly paid. So poorly paid. What some of them are paid is just enough to take them to work. Honestly, some schools still pay just 30,000. 30,000. That's slavery. That's slavery in the real sense of the word. So we hope that the government will sit up and know that, look, education should be its #1 priority.
All right. Yeah. All right, let's quickly take Timothy, you calling from Benue State. Good afternoon to you, Timothy. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Timothy. Please go ahead with your contribution.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just like the topic. Thank you so much. Good morning. I like the discussion you people are going on with now. Yeah. Hello.
Timothy, are you there? Please go ahead. We can hear you.
I like the discussion you people are going on with now. Hello?
Timothy, if you can hear me, just go ahead.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah. You
All right.
see the issue of education there as they are discussing it. Yes, the issue there is the lack of concern about teachers that you are discussing there. You see, there was a policy they made some time ago concerning the Primary Education Commission. And when this commission was put forward, the issue of salary of teachers was not an issue. Teachers' salary will be paid directly from the federal government there. But this time around, they have scrapped the commission. So the issue of payment now has become a problem. If there is a way they will reinstate the commission, the National Primary Education Commission, then I think the issue of welfare of teachers will be taken care of. So if the government can do something like that, I think it will be better. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Timothy. Gentlemen, let's go on a break, and when we come back, we'll move on to